He said, if you think you are where you ought to be, then that is where you will be comfortable. His suggestion to us was to work harder, study, move on, and advance. In other words, don't be satisfied being satisfied. Fear is a real part of the human experience. It ain't going nowhere. But getting beyond fear is also an equal part of the human experience as well. And we have just as many stories of those people who persevered, had great tenacity, and went beyond fear as we do of people who failed because they didn't try. The key word for sustained success is to understand that inquisitiveness is a human gift that can be maximized and utilized and can literally change things. People are afraid to ask questions. And so I'm suggesting to Randy, always create a forum where it's safe to ask the question that might sound dumb. But it's the ability to look at our journey in a way to do an analysis. And that's why introspection is so important. To take an introspective journey, ask yourself the hard question: what am I doing? What am I doing right? What can I do better? Who do I need by my side? Who should I call on to ask the question? What should I do? Oftentimes, we don't take the time to take that introspective journey until it's too late. But introspection should be an asset that every entrepreneur should embrace as almost as money in the bank. Inquisitiveness, and the next one is to accelerate your imagination. Most people do not realize that imagination is just like a muscle. If you don't use it, it will atrophy or stay right where it is. I said, this is what you can do, is to accelerate your own imagination. They had left their imagination on the floor, and they were looking at the problem that the company had, rather than remembering what they had done 20 years ago that had placed them in the position they currently were. And that is what I say to each of you. You have the mind to ask questions, embrace inquisitiveness, accelerate your imagination. And that to me is the part of the mindset of gumption and entrepreneurial mindset, that yes, you will face opportunities that you have no knowledge about, you don't quite know what to do or how to do it. But it doesn't mean that your mind cannot be shaped to accommodate it, learn it, and make it happen. But what I am saying is that the culture that surrounds us has a lot to do with how we turn out and how we shape our own lives. I say you need to have those people involved in the what if scenario as you do what I call your strategic thinkers, because everyone in an office, in a business, has to be given the opportunity to become a strategic partner, which means you want everybody thinking strategically. Don't just get people to be robots. And that's what we have to think in terms of today. And that's why the entrepreneurial mindset is so important, because it is not stuck in time. The entrepreneurial mindset is not stuck in time. It is a progression of time that continues to move if we allow it to do so. Because every good idea comes from a person. And many of those ideas can come from the people we know, those that are sitting around us, and those that we haven't met before. That because at one time we segmented the employee base. We assumed that if you were on the 10th floor, making that the executive floor, that's where all the bright ideas were. That's not true. The ideas are at the dock, the loading dock. The idea is with the guy who drives the truck. These are the people that interface with your customers. These are the people that know things that you don't know. And in my mind, that's what we need to do, is to give every employee an opportunity to become a strategic thinker and a strategic partner. You know, what drives your purpose? What drives you to do what you do? I think at the end of the day, I'm a firm believer in that every individual has the ability to build community. And for me, that should be the driving purpose. Because if community exists in your workplace, you're going to be getting 100% of effort extended for what you need to have done. If community exists in your house, it's going to be a place where people are welcome, affirmed, and included, and they're excited to be your son, your daughter, husband, or wife. It's a good place to be. I think purpose should be driven by the desire to see good community. Because when good community exists, there are three things that evolves out of that. You respect people, you affirm people, you include people. And those are the three things that individuals need in order to maximize their potential while on the planet.